The problem with the death cap is it just is unforgiving. There's no antidote. There's about 20 different toxins in your body as soon as you eat it, and half a mushroom can kill you. It's not a great thing to get mixed up.
Of them, actually. Here it is. So, I mean...
Yeah, it's...
It looks inconspicuous, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't put a red flashing light on them. Everybody knows the fly agaric, the red and white toadstool that's in all children's books. It's got red for danger on it. The caveman gene kicks in and goes, stay away from it.
Yes.
A lot of these mushrooms look very, very similar, but there is distinguishing marks between them.
Go on, tell me about the death cap then.
The death cap there has that ring around on the stem.
Right.
And it also has little white scales on the top. And it can be... I don't know why you would pick something and eat it if you weren't 100% sure what you were eating. The fundamental rule of picking wild food is if you don't know what it is, don't eat it and don't pick it.
Well, I mean, it's a real tragedy that happened to this family, but the mushroom is in their back garden. I mean, is that common? Is it routinely found in gardens?
They're a fungus that grow everywhere. I mean, we can't, short of pulling them all up every time you find them growing and just throwing them away and making sure you wash your hands really, really well or wear gloves, they are going to pop up all over the place. They are wild plants, so they are going to happen. It is going to happen.
Sort of makes me feel wary about recommending mushrooms that people should pick, but in a way you're encouraging people to go and sort of decide for themselves which one are right. I mean, I know you can, but there's a danger, isn't there?
There is a massive danger, yeah, but if you... There's great resources around now, the internet, there's a great community of wild food pickers and foragers out there. Knowledge is everything, so get yourself onto courses or buy books or use the internet, but just don't pick anything unless you know what it is. It's really, really important that you understand that, because there's also little tricks as well. A mushroom that's grown in a certain area on a certain tree is perfectly fine to eat. It grows on a different tree, it'll draw the toxins from the tree and becomes poisonous. So it's about knowledge and education.
And that's the sort of information you have, so... Average punters, what should they do then?
Stop sending me pictures on Twitter asking me to identify pictures, because I'm never going to tell anybody to eat anything from a dodgy camera phone picture, although it would be nice to have some more followers. Guidebooks, get 2 or 3, because sometimes they can be a little bit contradictory.
Yes.
The artwork in them will give you a good expanse of pictures to work from and great descriptions. Get yourself onto some courses if you're really that interested in it, but go for the really, really obvious ones that you can't mistake for anything else. And there is a couple out there that you just can't get wrong. The giant puffball's a fantastic one as a first pick.
I think we've got a picture of a giant puffball, so people can see that.
And presumably, if you plant these, I mean, if you're trying to get mushrooms yourself, if you're sort of harvesting them yourself, then you can be fairly confident, can you? Or could you find a rogue one in amongst a group of other mushrooms?
Sometimes it happens, but not so much, because they tend to group together. The giant puffball that was just
up there
can be the size of a pumpkin, big giant thing like this. And it only ever really, the best place to find them is cow pastures. So I used to call them cow eggs when I was a kid, because you see these great big things in the field, you can't mistake them for anything else, and they only appear sort of September, October, November till the first frost. There's no other mushroom that looks like that. Just slice it nice and thick and grill it with bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Yeah, the advice you have overall is if you absolutely don't know your stuff, just don't.
Genuinely, don't pick it. Don't go anywhere near it. Don't even pick it and put it next to something else. If you want to find out what it is, photograph it, and then use the photographs for IDing it and go back. Don't risk picking it at all.